You know how sometimes you stumble across an author and their worlds just pull you right in?
Definitely. It happens.
Well, today we're doing just that. We're taking a plunge, a real deep dive into the imaginative landscapes of Italian author Keyla Damaer.
Right. Got quite a bit of material here on her work.
Exactly. You sent over a fantastic collection about her books. So our mission today is really to get under the skin of her storytelling.
The themes, the series, all of it.
Yeah, the recurring themes, those interconnected series, and, what makes her work so captivating, especially if you're drawn to really imaginative fiction.
Okay, so where do we start? Her background.
What strikes you first about her based on this?
Well, the sheer creative drive, I think. Since 2017, she's been independently publishing.
Hmm.
And across genres, too, science fiction, fantasy, even horror, that kind of fluidity, it suggests a really restless imagination.
It really does. And her background, it adds another layer, doesn't it? House born and raised in Rome, still lives there. You kind of wonder how that rich culture maybe subtly informs even her most far out sci-fi stuff,
That's a good point. Plus, the material mentions her early love for English and all her travels.
especially in the US, right? Where she has family. Seems like that gave her a really broad palette to draw from.
Yeah, for building those believable alien societies, that cross-cultural experience,
Hmm.
it's often a secret ingredient.
How do you mean?
While seeing different societies firsthand, it just gives you more nuance for creating fictional ones, makes them feel more, I guess, authentic, even if they're aliens.
Right. Okay, here's a detail that really stuck with me. It's quite funny, actually.
Oh, yeah. What's that?
When she's not, mapping out interstellar wars, she's dealing with Italian tax codes.
Huh. Seriously.
Yeah. That contrast, the epic and the totally mundane, it's wonderfully humanizing, isn't it?
It absolutely is. It grounds the fantastical.
Yeah, it reminds you these incredible worlds come from someone living a life that's, well, in some ways, pretty normal.
Knowing the creator deals with that stuff makes their big imaginative leaps feel more relatable somehow. Like these amazing ideas are still rooted in us.
Okay, so let's journey into the heart of her work now, starting with the Sehnsucht series.
Right. This feels pretty central.
Definitely. And that title, Sehnsucht, it draws on that powerful German idea of deep longing, right?
Yeah.
Yearning.
Exactly. That alone hints at real emotional depth. So how does that Sehnsucht idea actually play out in the books?
Well, that's the question, isn't it? The material suggests it drives a lot of the characters.
Sehnsucht is such a complex feeling, that deep, almost aching desire for something maybe just out of reach.
So you think her stories aren't just about, space battles?
Probably not just that. Exploring that concept suggests she's digging into fundamental human desires, maybe ambition, loss, the search for meaning, in this huge universe.
Characters driven by yearning for home, maybe, or connection.
Or maybe something they can't even quite put their finger on, that undefined longing.
Okay, and the info we have says the narrative in this series often revolves around the expanding influence of the Mandirian Directorate.
The Mandirian Directorate. Sounds important.
Seems like a key power player. What can we guess about them?
Well, expanding influence usually suggests a big political or military entity, right?
Yeah.
Maybe even imperialistic.
So conflicts, resistance, power shifts.
Probably all of the above. And since the series is interconnected, we likely see those consequences unfold over multiple books. A complex, evolving political scene.
Gotcha. So for listeners wanting to jump in, the first book is The Parallels. Came out in 2017, then re-released March 2020.
And what's the setup there?
It throws you right into a galaxy on the brink of war and follows three POVs.
Oh, interesting. Who?
A Mandirian militia officer, a human scientist, and get this, a mysterious amnesiac girl.
Wow. Okay, that's a cocktail for high stakes and personal mysteries right there.
Totally. You got the big picture conflict, the war, right next to individual stories of identity and loyalty.
And those diverse viewpoints, Mandirian, human, unknown, loads of potential for clashes and maybe unexpected alliances.
Then the series keeps going with The Girl from Two Worlds and Echoes of Fear, both out in 2024. So this universe is definitely still growing.
Good to know it's active.
And it's not just novels. There's also Tales from the Sehnsucht series, an anthology.
Ah, interconnected short stories. How do those usually enrich a series like this?
Well, you tell me, you're the expert on structure.
Huh. Well, typically they let the author flesh out the world more, maybe explore side characters, different places, or the smaller impacts of big events from the main book.
So it deepens the immersion for the reader, gives a fuller picture.
Exactly, a more holistic understanding of the universe she's built.
And within that anthology, we have Part 1, The Mandarian Halden, from October 2022. 7 connected stories during interstellar conflict.
Okay, the Halden. A specific group within the Mandarians, maybe?
Seems likely. And then there's Part 2, The Mandarian Directorate, from March 2023. She's really exploring the details of this Mandarian power structure.
That shows some serious world building. Dedicating whole collections to specific factions like the Halden and the Directorate suggests, well, a really developed history, politics, culture.
Right, so readers who love intricate political sci-fi would probably eat this up.
I think so.
Hmm.
Okay, what else has she got?
All right, shifting gears a bit. We also have the Vigilantes Code series.
Okay, different vibe.
Yeah, seems like it. Takes us to a futuristic setting, interplanetary colonies, advanced tech. But the focus is on a private investigator, Lauren Katina.
Ah, a PI story. More noir-infused, maybe. Character-driven.
Feels like it. The PI allows for a closer look at, like, societal issues and moral gray areas within that future setting, right?
Definitely. And the futuristic backdrop adds layers. Tech possibilities, ethical questions. The cases Lauren tackles could get pretty complex.
Totally. Think about crimes and conspiracies with advanced tech and space travel involved.
So the first book is Scars of Perfection, April 2025. What's Lauren investigating?
Get this. The disappearance of 16 girls, all linked to a cosmetic surgery clinic. She uncovers a dangerous conspiracy.
Oh, okay. That premise immediately brings up stuff about beauty standards, technology gone too far, exploitation.
It's on very current themes, isn't it? Just amplified by the future tech.
Yeah, a cosmetic surgery clinic linked to disappearances suggests a really dark side to, self-enhancement. Who benefits? Who gets hurt?
And book 2, The Infidelity Case. Lauren gets tangled in a case where a kid's future is on the line, forces her to confront dangerous secrets.
So more personal, maybe more emotionally charged cases within this sci-fi world.
Looks that way. What's fascinating is the contrast,
Between the huge scale of Sehnsucht
and the more focused street-level investigations here. It really shows her versatility, I think, crafting different kinds of sci-fi stories.
appeals to different reader tastes, potentially. Some like the epic scope, others prefer the tight mystery.
Beyond these big series, she's also done a standalone work, Beyond the Portal, Journeys into the Unknown.
Beyond the Portal, okay.
And it's an audiobook, too, exploring different formats.
Good for accessibility.
Plus, she's contributed to a ton of anthologies, really diverse ones.
Like what?
Well, straight sci-fi, like the 2024 Sci-Fi Anthology and Laser Cannons and First Contact, but also genre blends, like the Horror Collection, Sci-Fi Edition,
Horror and sci-fi. Interesting mix.
and even more thematic ones like Rainbows Aren't Just for Leprechauns, which is about reimagining colors.
Wow, okay. That's quite a range.
It really speaks to her willingness to experiment and collaborate,
Absolutely. Anthologies are great for authors to stretch creatively, try new things in a shorter form, and reach new readers. The variety here shows she's comfortable playing in different sandboxes.
And hey, for you listeners who like to try before you buy,
Good point. Free samples.
yep, she offers several free stories on her website, Outpost 9001, Echoes of Fear, and The Holden Army.
That's smart. A great way to get a feel for her style and see which world grabs you.
Low-risk way to discover her stuff, maybe get hooked.
Makes sense.
Now, here's a cool creative twist. Turns out Keyla Damaer isn't just a writer.
Oh, what else?
She's also a graphic artist. Creates character portraits, cover art.
No kidding. For her own books.
Yeah. And you can even buy them as metal prints and other merch. It's pretty neat when an author has that strong visual link to their own creations.
That provides a really cohesive vision, doesn't it? Her portraits give readers a direct look at how she imagines her characters.
And being involved in the cover art means the visuals line up perfectly with the story's tone.
It's a holistic approach, words and images working together.
So if you want to explore Keyla Damaer's worlds more or just stay updated,
Where should people go?
her official website is KeylaDamaer.com. KeylaDamaer.com.
Okay.
You can sign up for a newsletter there, updates, maybe a free story. Plus, she's on YouTube, Keyla Damaer channel, videos and stuff.
Nice. Multi-platform presence.
And her books are everywhere. Her own shop, Amazon, Barnes & Noble, Google, Kobo, Everin, Litring, Bookshop.org, Fable, even DriveThruRPG.
Wow. That's wide distribution. Makes it easy for readers to find her work, whatever platform they use.
Exactly. Plenty of ways into her fiction.
Seems like it.
So wrapping up this deep dive, It's clear Keyla Damaer is, well, a really prolific and imaginative author.
Definitely built some intricate worlds.
Yeah, with a knack for exploring compelling themes. That whole Sehnsucht concept seems like a powerful undercurrent, suggesting stories with real emotional weight.
And then the contrast with the futuristic crime in the Vigilantes Code, a different kind of sci-fi intrigue.
It's just fascinating to see how her background, her travels, her creative energy all fuels this really expansive body of work.
Ultimately, she offers a rich tapestry for anyone drawn to sci-fi and fantasy, exploring those deep longings alongside mysteries in these detailed future worlds. She's definitely a compelling author to check out.
It really makes you think, doesn't it? What are the futuristic settings or the character types that really grab your imagination? And what kind of Sehnsucht, that deep yearning? What resonates most with you in stories, or maybe even in your own life?
Interesting questions.
Perhaps exploring Keyla Damaer's worlds might just offer some intriguing answers. Or maybe, just maybe, spark a whole new literary adventure for you.